From the KOFI News Team, this is KOFI's Flathead News Weekly, covering the week's top headlines from Kalispell to Columbia Falls, Whitefish to Big Fork, and across northwest Montana.
The Montana Department of Transportation announced that after years of planning, public input, and evaluation, the design plans for the Batavia Intersection Improvements Project have been finalized. The selected roundabout design will reduce vehicle speeds and accommodate large trucks and equipment while improving pedestrian access and traffic flow. Back in 2014, the Federal Highway Administration identified the area as a high-priority location due to its crash history and pedestrian risks near Smith Valley School. With the design phase complete, the project is currently in right-of-way negotiations with adjacent landowners. The project will open for contractor bids in early 2027, with construction anticipated to begin later in the year. MDOT promises to continue sharing project updates with the community throughout construction. Pacific Corp plans to power down the Big Fork Dam on the Swan River because of increasing maintenance and regulation costs, unless a buyer steps up to acquire the iconic structure. The power company intends to pursue the sale of the Big Fork Hydroelectric Project and the 277 acres on which it sits, because the process of decommissioning the 116-year-old dam would be measured in terms of years. Maggie Dresser reports in the Flathead Beacon that as of June 12th, Flathead Electric Cooperative spokesman Dylan Tabish said the public utility had not begun any process to acquire the project. However, he said they are monitoring the situation and reviewing available information, including evaluating criteria like safety, regulatory requirements, and community benefit. The teenager who was found unresponsive at a party on Jewel Basin Road near Big Fork earlier this month and died during transport to the hospital has been identified as 18-year-old Xander Snake, according to Flathead County Sheriff Brian Haino. Snake was reportedly at a party with numerous juveniles and young adults in the early morning hours of Saturday, June 13th, when dispatch received a report regarding an unresponsive male. He was found in a grassy area, apparently highly intoxicated, shivering, and unresponsive. Individuals at the scene moved Snake closer to a fire to try to warm him and later attempted to transport him to meet emergency medical personnel. During transport to the hospital, Snake reportedly lost signs of life, and CPR was initiated until emergency responders arrived and assumed care. Investigators reported no obvious external traumatic injuries other than minor scratches. Cause and manner of death remain unknown, and the investigation remains active as detectives continue interviewing witnesses and reviewing evidence. A thinning project is getting underway at Lone Pine State Park southwest of Kalispell. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks says foresters are now working their way through the park's 279 acres, marking trees with the aim of improving forest health and creating more resilient trees. Up to 30% of the park's Douglas fir may be removed, because up to 90% of them may be infested with the parasitic dwarf mistletoe. Cutting will begin in September to minimize disruption to Lone Pine's 125,000 annual visitors. Then, next spring, thinned areas will be replanted with native trees, ponderosa pine and western larch, and native bunch grasses. Informational signs will be placed at trailheads for visitors to better understand the project. The Montana Fish and Game Commission has unanimously approved the first phase of the Upper Thompson Conservation Easement, setting aside tens of thousands of acres of northwest Montana forest land for timber, public recreation, and wildlife. The easement contains more than 34,600 acres in the Thompson River drainage north of Thompson Falls and Plains on Flathead County's back doorstep in Sanders County. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks will hold the easement for Green Diamond Resource Company, the forest products company that owns the land and has already set up tens of thousands of acres worth of similar easements across northwest Montana. The land will remain a working forest, meaning Green Diamond will log and manage the timber. The project permanently guarantees public access to the land for recreation and will conserve key wildlife habitat across the Cabinet Mountains. This is the first phase of a two-phase project, which aims to conserve nearly 48,000 acres in total. The Fish and Game Commissioners said public support for the project has been overwhelming.
That's your Week in Review from the KOFI News Team. Stay connected with us for the latest news affecting the Flathead Valley and northwest Montana by listening to this podcast, posted every Friday afternoon. Join us again next week for another roundup of the stories that matter to you.